friend, Stephen Brown. This is the show with Stephen.
Ladies and gentlemen, woohoo! Skip-a-bop, skip-a-bop, pop, pop, pop! Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, let's put those fingers together and get some snaps up for your man, Stevie B. He's entered the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, snaps, baby. Throw some snaps up. Get loose, get wicked, get wild. This is your night to shine, baby. The time is now. I hope you're smoking some cigarettes. I hope you're eating a Danish. I hope you're wearing a black turtleneck. And I hope that neck is full of sweat. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's about to get wicked and weird. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Stevie B. And quickly, a performance for you. Woman, whoa, man, whoa, man. My name's Idubbbz, and I get fucked by my OnlyFans wife, Sam Hyde, Keemstar, and all of those commentary guys. I am so scaredy. I need my daddy, but he left me in a park full of trailers. Jane, get me off this crazy thing called love. Ba 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 boo, beep ba ba boo, dee ba ba dee da da doo. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Scoop up, skippity bop, bow like you. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, do. Right? Okay, who are we listening to? Let's throw it forward. Who are we listening to? On the screen share. Let's pull it up, baby. I hope this is royalty free. We could get copyrighted. Who knows? I don't. Where's our capture? Here we go. I'm so good at this. I do this for a living. You can tell I'm professional. I did it wrong again. Hold on. This one is the one we want. We're getting there. There we go, baby. Okay, who are we looking at? 4 hours of jazz music mix. Best royalty-free jazz music. There we go, royalty-free. That's what we wanted to hear. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you a special presentation. Okay. I always do this every time. I'm never ready. I am never ready. Alright, let's end it with that. That was good, huh? Jazz is underrated. Because most of the time, people who listen to jazz are gay. And they make up a small population of the world. So not everyone's listening to jazz. But jazz is... I'm not gay, but jazz is good. Today we're talking about, of course, let's pull up my big fat face. So today, there wasn't too much news going on this week. I thought we could look at some of the new video games coming out this month. But, Idubbbz made a video responding to the drama. He finally addressed it. And I haven't watched the video, so we can have a live reaction together. But I have seen, I've seen about 1 minute of the video. I saw one clip on Twitter. I've seen people talking about it. So I know it's bad. We're going to talk about that today. Hopefully he doesn't copyright claim me and I'm able to, because I'm still new at learning how to do the fair use stuff. I mean, I think I'm not good at stopping it every 5 seconds, but I'll stop and talk about things. Let's take a look at the video. Okay, where should my face be? Top left? This one. Let's do this one. Okay. Are we ready, folks? Getting right into it. If you don't know, if you're completely blind on this, Idubbbz, if you're aware of, if you don't know Idubbbz is a popular YouTuber. Used to be popular. He still has a following. I mean, he's, you know how it is. He's still got internet clout, kind of. That's why he still has followers. It's not like people have unsubscribed from him, whatever. But back in the day, he used to make edgy content. It was good. It was funny. He was just making like not sketches, but like he'd do stuff with Filthy Frank and if you know who that is, Joji the singer and Maximofo and the Cold Ones guys, and they do funny shit. And he'd do other things. And he was, very big on saying bad words and saying that there's nothing wrong with saying bad words and it doesn't hurt anybody. And he's completely walked all those back. He's a changed person. He's a different person now. He's a much worse person. He throws the Creator Clash every year. Well, it's only happened twice, but he's throwing it every year. I'm assuming it's going to keep going, where he boxes for charity and has other creators box for charity. But the majority of the money does go to charity, but they still get paid a nice sum of around, at least as we can confirm, at least $15,000 to $30,000 per person, as well as paid for their training and things like that. And he kicked out Froggy Fresh because Froggy Fresh trained under Sam Hyde, who Harley, we're looking at him right now on the screen from Epic Mealtime, trained under Sam Hyde for the first Creator Clash, and Sam Hyde is a known enemy of Ian's. He's indifferent to Idubbbz. Sam Hyde doesn't have a problem with Idubbbz. He's totally chill with it. He just makes fun of him. Makes fun of his wife, certainly, who's also another public figure. Annie J, as she's known on the OnlyFans. So he outright in this video, from what I know before I watch it, what I've seen on the internet already, is that he outright removed Froggy Fresh from the event, not for the joke he made about Anissa's OnlyFans, but he says in this video, which I'm sure we're about to see, that he removed him for his affiliation with Sam Hyde. But he did not remove or doesn't stop talking to Harley, who, let's be real, Harley is the main event the last 2 years. He has been the most important fight to watch, the most fun fight to watch. And arguably the biggest name, I feel like, surprisingly, for being Epic Mealtime. It's just a whole lot of hypocrisy all the way down. So let's get into it.
It's like you came back and you were a pawn in some game of 4D chess, and I think you found out that Idubbbz and Anissa don't play games.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. A brief update, I am healed from Creator Clash 2. It was a success. Alex Wasabi beat me up. He won his fight.
You can go back on my channel and watch a vlog I made of the night of Creator Clash. I didn't go to Creator Clash, obviously, but I threw a party at my house and had a lot of friends over, and we played games and stuff, and drank and everything. We watched. We were all we didn't pay attention for every fight. We had it on the entire day while we were hanging out, but we paid attention to the Idubbbz fight, and he got his ass beat.
Right, fair and square, and I have all the respect for Alex. He's a good competitor, and I
never knew of Alex Wasabi before this either. He seems cool.
Creator Clash card, and thank you to all the fans who came. It was an amazing event. I'm very happy, very emotional, awesome experience.
I'm gonna say off the bat too, if you are following me at all on the internet, I know I have no following, but if you happen to be a fan and you see what I tweet, you see the videos I make. I obviously don't like Idubbbz, and I've talked a lot of shit, but I think the Creator Clash is a great event, and I want to see him keep doing it. It's a great event. It's awesome. It gets so many people together. It's raising charity. I'm completely fine with all those things, and that, I will say, is commendable, and I admire that he does that, and that he has the power to put that on and do a good thing for the world. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Having said all that, you guys are here for the juice and the grease. So I'm going to give you guys the grease and the juice. And that all has to do with Froggy Fresh. The reason I didn't address any of this sooner is because I was terrified of jeopardizing the success of the event, because there are a lot more people involved in this than just Anissa and I didn't want to fuck it up for them. These are people that I really care about, and I felt like it would be very selfish if I was like, I understand public perception right now, guys. I'm just gonna make a quick 10-minute video and I'll squash all the rumors, I'll squash all the beef. I have no idea what public perception for this video is going to be. That's why I'm doing it now. Right?
You should have known, but you should know by now. You should know by now.
I can risk it, I can air my grievances and we can see where it goes. I need to bring you guys up to speed on where I'm at as a person and as a content creator. My philosophy for a while was, well, people will figure it out through the videos I make. But the problem is the videos I make, I mean, I sort of avoid speaking from the heart. I'm just gonna focus on a thing, on a piece of content. I think I have bad associations with sharing my life on the internet. I'm like, no, that shouldn't be my thing. Like, leave that up to the vlog.
He's saying that, but I guess he is opening up more now, more than ever. But at the same time, he's kind of been showing more of his cards than ever. He's kind of just like laying everything out through his actions. Actually, yeah, through his actions. And it's not just like just because of the Froggy Fresh drama. He's sucked for a long time.
But I think it's important to share where I'm at. So none of what I'm talking about in this Froggy Fresh video feels like I'm being hypocritical or, you know, I'm misleading you in any way.
Hold on.
So,
hold on. Repeat.
None of what I'm talking about in this Froggy Fresh video feels like I'm being hypocritical or, you know...
It's 100% hypocritical.
I think a lot
it is
100%
misleading.
Has been irresponsible and misguided. And I think I've hurt a lot of people with the content I've made. You know, despite many people being entertained by it, you know, I'm not trying to take that away from you. If you feel like you've learned important lessons or you have grown as a person because of the content I've made, I don't want to take that away from you. With some good can come a lot of bad. And I think I've done a lot of bad. And, you know, at the bare minimum, I've just put a lot of negativity out there in the world. And I'm working on not doing that. I plan on...
I get what he's saying about putting out negativity and all that kind of thing. He doesn't want to like rightfully say. I feel like he's mostly referring to. Funny enough, I think he's mostly referring to the use of slurs. I think it would be great for him to do an actual interview with someone and actually talk about stuff more in depth and be asked questions instead of just talking randomly. But I think it's less about the negativity that he's talking about. I think he is so focused on the fact that he doesn't say the N-word anymore, and that makes him a better person. He doesn't realize that the real negativity he put out in the world was attacking other creators and taking people down, which is what he did, which we all enjoyed. And I don't even think there's anything necessarily wrong with that if it's justified. And it for the most part was, you know, he made good content, cops or whatever, drama videos and call-outs and things like that. But this is how hypocritical he is. As soon as he opens himself up to criticism and being an actual fucking person instead of just a keyboard warrior as he proclaims himself to be, he can't hang, bro. He can't fucking take the punches.
Expanding on all of this in a further video, I think there's a lot of content from over the years and some behind the scenes that I'd love to share with you guys. I think it would,
like what?
Give clarity to where I'm at. But in this video, that's probably about all I can say on any of it. I don't want to...
The content he's made in the past couple years, let's say pre-Adpocalypse, right? He made a couple of documentaries about mentally impaired people. He specifically sought out people who were, you know, autistic, retarded, whatever you want to say. Or I guess you can't say retarded anymore. I don't even know. Autistic, whatever. That he could take advantage of and make money off of and highlight and kind of make a TLC show making fun of these people. Let's be honest. I mean, sure, he gave Dax Flame a show. I like Dax Flame. I watch his YouTube videos. I like the show they made, The Hot Seat. But let's be honest. I think that he's taking advantage of Dax Flame. I think he took advantage of Dax Flame and he's milking him for whatever he can get out of the situation, for real. Airsoft Fatty is no question. Look what he did there. Look at that. Like, you telling me that Airsoft Fatty isn't easily manipulated? Literally in videos and stuff, he talked about the guy, it's been a while since I watched it, but he literally had a guy who was Airsoft's Fatty who in his life that was manipulating him and stealing money from him and stuff, pretending to be like a manager or whatever. And was that Idubbbz that showed that? I don't remember. But of course, he's used Airsoft Fatty to bolster his own views and do things and use him as a subject. As well as when he tried to do the Sam Hyde documentary, I think he said in the video, I could be speaking out my ass, but he said that, Sam Hyde's a washed-up comedian and whatever. And let's be real, Sam Hyde was kind of washed up because he got blackballed by Hollywood because of Tim Heidecker. Okay, Idubbbz is there's a lot of people that don't like drama videos and things like that because they say they're what is it? A misery monger, a misery merchant. Idubbbz thrives off the misery of others. Idubbbz is a Jeff Bezos. Idubbbz is, you know, a psycho megalomaniac billionaire. If he had the ability to, which he does, he's most certainly a millionaire by now, and he's growing. He's going to keep doing things and taking advantage of people. Same way as, whereas the charity event, Creator Clash is a great thing, like I said. At least it's doing something, you know what I mean? It's doing more than it's hurting. I will say at the same time, I'm cynical, and I will never take anyone at face value doing anything good for just doing something good, because I grew up in a hard life. My life was not easy. I'm not saying Idubbbz life is easy, but I think that if you've been around the block, you kind of know that no one does anything without some kind of incentive, without some kind of reason, without some kind of kickback. I'm not just talking about monetarily. You know, he wants to look good in the public eye. He wants to further his career. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. Hell, it could even be because he wanted an excuse to get in shape. He's not doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He's probably doing it because his wife told him to.
Detract from what the focus is, and the focus is kicking Froggy Fresh from the Creator Clash card. The main reason Froggy was kicked from the card was for collaborating with Sam Hyde. And, you know, for anyone who's been following the story...
There! The main reason is collaborating with Sam Hyde. Let's operate moving forward under those pretenses. We should write that down, shouldn't we? Idubbbz stated he was kicked off the card for collaborating with Sam Hyde.
That's, you know, fairly obvious. Froggy has explained, you know, his side of the story multiple times. And unfortunately, he's been perpetuating a narrative that it's about OnlyFans or that it's about Anissa's mom. And that's extremely deceptive because he knows why he was kicked from the card. The one indication I gave him was Sam Hyde, and I wasn't unclear about that. Anyone who's mentioning the fact that Harley trained with Sam Hyde for the year previous, that was before Sam was saying this about my wife.
I don't think so, Anissa. Bitch. Ho. Fucking Anissa. What an ugly piece of shit. But look how beat she is. Oh, nice jack-o'-lantern teeth.
That's like
I can't wait to see what she looks like when she's 32. Her teeth look like a pumpkin head. Like it's the Anissa Joma hole stretcher. I'm sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly into charity.
Yeah.
Everybody hates him and his wife's a slut.
So yeah, now that...
Okay, first off, he's trolling you, dog, and it's working. It's fucking funny, and guess what? You have the right to be upset. I completely understand. If people were talking shit about my wife, I'd be upset too. But don't be posting L's like that. That was just fucking funny.
This guy is on the daily insulting my wife. I think it's pretty fair to, you know, not want to associate with him in any way. We did ban Sam from the first event, so it's not as if he's confused about where he stands in all this. I don't like him. And Froggy knows that. Froggy knows that I don't like him. Of course. That's why he was banned. You know, none of this is like news to Froggy. Froggy knew all of this going into it. For anyone who's under the impression that Froggy has been like reasonable and chill and respectful through this whole process, he hasn't been. He's been a piece of shit. I'm not happy with how he's behaved. He's talked mad shit about me.
Ian doesn't want people who are bigger and more talented than him upstaging him. That's what it is.
Anissa.
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
I want to touch on that really quick. He said that he doesn't want anyone bigger than him, looking better than him, whatever. Go back, and I've talked to multiple people about this. I brought this point up in my Idubbbz hit piece. Yes, a hit piece. My content cop of him. I call it content cuck, which is one of my more well-performed videos. I only have like 100-something views, but still better than most of the shit I post. But, you know, in the Sam Hyde documentary, you can watch his version of it and the Sam Hyde version of it. You know, he says, oh, I'm used to being the puppet master in these situations. Word for word, I'm used to being the puppet master in these situations because the man is manipulative.
Participants of the event.
This is really a lot of weird, tender, soft people. Creator Clash people are real like these type of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The event.
He's not wrong. The kind of people who sign up for the Creator Clash are, listen, I think I've mentioned it before. I think I said it last time. I'm left-leaning. I'm definitely progressive, okay? But but there's a right and wrong way about being a progressive person. The way that most people on the left nowadays, the woke people, yes, I know some people think it's dumb to say that word, but it's true. It's the best way to label these people as they're woke, and woke people are kind of like how Bible thumping Christians can be. I'm also Christian, but I've never once in my life told someone how they should live their life in a Christian sense, or that they should that they need God, that they need to read the Bible or anything. I'm not the best missionary, okay? I'm not spreading the word. I don't even like talking about it because I like to keep it to myself, because I know how sensitive it is with people. But with woke people, they hunt you down, they fucking crucify you. They are radicalists, and everyone on the Creator Clash card is kind of woke. They're definitely on that left side. I mean, not everyone, I'm sure. Like, you can hang out with some of those people and stuff, but it's definitely left leaning. It's all I'm saying. Like fucking Aaron from Game Grumps. Come on.
Itself.
This is really like the patty cake league for like social media boxing. You know?
Every match in the Creator Clash, the first time and this time, every match there's one guy who actually trained and showed up and knows that they're gonna fight, and the other guy who just thought they were gonna be fucking play fighting. It's obvious. Every fight is one-sided.
He doesn't like the culture of Creator Clash.
Except for Epic Mealtime, of course.
And
that's
Chris
a real fight.
And all these people, it's like some big ethot worshiping
Yeah.
party at these
Yeah.
things. And
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get what all this shit is all about. Like, everybody's there to worship ethos or fucking ethot or like touching ethot's titty or pussy.
To be honest, I thought it was quite the gift to you that we'd kick you off the card. You have no more obligations, and you can immediately just pivot into boxing for misfits. It's like, that's the culture that you want. You want the non-sissy, you want the macho dude traditional boxing culture, so go over there and box for them. You don't even have to miss that many months of training. You've been training. So hop on one of those cards. But unfortunately, Froggy doesn't want to hop on one of those cards because he thinks the skill level is too high.
Personally, in my opinion, I think the talent at Misfits and Happy Punch is in a different league that is out of my league.
Now, I'm glad we got to this part because I was waiting to talk shit on this part, because I, of course, saw this a lot on Twitter, that he just randomly brings up the Wings and Boogie fight as a diss against is this Happy Punch, right? Okay, right. I don't even know. This is Happy Punch, right? The one that Keemstar owns. Where? Why? Why are you punching down at Boogie like this? Why are you punching down at Wings? Why are you saying this? I spoke about this. I think it might have been last week or the week before on one of our shows when I talked about this getting announced, and I was talking about how this is a great thing for them to get in shape, to lose weight, to do something good for their careers. Idubbbz is just an asshole. I don't know about this. I've seen some. This is funny though. I've seen some clips of this guy. Who the fuck is this guy in the white?
You stop. I mean, come on. It turns quickly from boxing to assault.
Just
the guy in the white. I saw some weird clips of him, like everyone like in the ring fighting over something, and he's just kind of standing around like, what's going on? That guy just seems like he's got brain damage.
fight someone who's weaker than you.
So I'm done with boxing. I can fulfill my current obligations if for some reason Creator Clash changed their mind.
I saw this screenshot on Twitter as well, and now even with context, this is weird. He just throws a random clown emoji on him.
I could fulfill my current obligations. I'm not interested in going further in any other boxing.
It's such a fucking cop-out that you're like, all right, I'm such a victim for getting kicked off the Creator.
Listen, Ian. Froggy Fresh signed up for your event to box. I don't think he really wants to box. I don't think most of the people on your card want to box. Okay? I don't think it's about boxing. I think it was a good opportunity for his career, and he took it, and he was going to do it, and you took that away from him. So why does he want to go get involved with another thing that he might have to wait upwards to maybe a year to do? He never wanted to box in the first place. I don't think any of them, I don't think even you want to box, buddy. You're just doing it because it's what you're doing right now. It's not a fucking boxer, you dumbass.
I knew what would get me kicked off the Creator Clash event, and now you're like, I don't want to box anymore. It's like, come on. If you look at my text exchange with Froggy, it's very clear that I didn't want to kick him from the card.
So he ran through those really quick. Should we read all of them? I think I've read them on the internet already.
Kicked off the Creator Clash event when I knew what would get me kicked off the Creator Clash event, and now you're like, I don't want to box anymore. It's like, come on. If you look at my text exchange with...
Okay. Ian is the green. Hey, dude, I just want to clarify that I'm not mad at you. I just want this event to go well. Part of that is trying to be proactive about things. I just want to find a solution. I really appreciate your friendship. I don't want to feel like I've upset you. I can't understand what's wrong. Can I not work with Sam Hyde? He's been very nice to me. It's just a tricky situation. I personally have been hurt by a lot of things he's done. If he's your friend, that's totally understandable. Just don't get along with him. And I'm afraid of having him associated with the event. There are others involved in the event that also aren't comfortable with, well, it's cut off. All right. He said, yeah, he's my friend. I don't understand what me going to Rhode Island to work with Sam has to do with anyone who's uncomfortable with him. They don't have to see or work with him. I agree. Privately, what you do is absolutely only your business. But because we are running a public charity event, we have to be careful about these things. Because you do represent the event in some ways. I had similar issues last year. I thought, no problem, Harley. You can work with Sam Hyde. But it ended up attracting a bad crowd, and I got harassed online about it a lot because it was a public display. That's nice of you to give Harley permission to work with Sam Hyde. I didn't know I needed your permission as well. Being harassed online, unless you're a normal, everyday person that has a 9-to-5, where someone can try and fucking get you fired or something like that, or they try to like blow up your house or some shit, it's as easy as turning your phone off, you fucking idiot. Second, yeah, why does he need to have permission to personally, privately work out with Sam Hyde and be friends with him?
Froggy.
Ian, before we move on to, Ian obviously has control problems. He needs to be in control. It's not about permission. He just called and asked if I was cool with it because he was making content around it. So what are we actually discussing right now? If I work with Sam Hyde, are you going to prevent me from fighting in the event? He actively makes content about wanting my marriage to end, that my wife is evil and hasn't respected my boundaries. I don't feel comfortable having him associated with the event. I'm wondering if you can understand where I'm coming from on that. I can understand the way you feel. I'm sorry about that, but you also have to understand that he is my friend. So I can't just tell him I can't be friends with him because Ian said so. That's why I'm asking you, if I work with him, are you going to prevent me from fighting in Creator Clash 2? It's not a reflection on you. It's just a very painful and difficult thing for me that I'm dealing with, and I need to keep distance from that includes this project. I would just appreciate a yes or no answer, man. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to boxing practice tomorrow or not. It kind of depends on what your plan is because Sam Hyde is banned from our event. If you want him to be there, we cannot accommodate that. So, not once does Froggy Fresh allude to or say anything that he's bringing Sam Hyde. He said in the other text that that no one has to see him or work with him or anything. He never once said he's bringing Sam Hyde to the event. But that is all Ian's worried about, is having to see this man in person, face to face, because he's terrified. My plan is to go to Rhode Island to hang out with him. So again, I asked, if I go to work with him, are you going to prevent me from fighting in Creator Clash 2? I would appreciate a yes or no answer. I have to talk to my coach about practice this week. Wait, I'm not sure I understand. You don't understand. Does that mean you aren't expecting him to be at the event? Are you going to make content together?
It's very...
I can't even fucking read that. Something demanding the event. I don't believe he intends to do so. I have not discussed this with him. I do intend to make content with him. Now that I've answered your questions, would you be respectful enough to answer mine? This event is really important to me. I'm just trying to understand everything so I can make the best decision for everyone involved. I need time to think about this. I don't want to be rash. So I'm going to schedule practice this week, not knowing whether or not you're telling me to fight in the event because I'm going to hang out with someone you don't like. Okay. I don't understand why you're talking to me like this. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I explained to you the awful experience I've had with him. It potentially leads to another year of harassment for me and Anissa. I can't take this stuff lightly. Can you guarantee that it's not going to end up affecting blank? This isn't just someone I don't like. This is someone who is dedicated to disrupting an event we're running for charity, harassing its two main organizers and sending his fan base to do his bidding. I want you to fight. I just want you to know the pain he's caused me and Anissa in our event. I didn't know the event had feelings. Dude, because you're trying to tell me who I can and can't be friends with, I'm going to Rhode Island to work with Sam, and I'm scheduling my practices for this week. If I'm being removed from the event, please let me know. I want to say this is the text of a man who's never had a 9-to-5 job, who's never had to live in a household or bunk somewhere or be around people he didn't like. Sounds like it was always pretty copacetic to me. But I remember you saying in an interview, I believe you said you had a stepdad or something. He could have said stepdad. I could be wrong. I know his father came back from jail. And he was uncomfortable around his father. So he probably needs control. He's scared of not being in control. But have you never been around someone you don't like before? You know what you do? You shut the fuck up. You ignore them. And if you have an issue, you talk to them. Okay? It's like when you have a job and there's someone there you don't like. You just don't fuck with them. Okay? You just don't talk to them that much. Like, why are you so fucking scared of another human being when all he does is talk shit about you on the internet? In person, I'm sure it's a very different fucking attitude. I never said you couldn't be friends with him. I would just prefer if you waited till after the event to post content with him. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not the type of person that you can just make do whatever you want or what is convenient for you. I have a life and a family. You're not going to change my mind. I'm going to work with him. I'm trying to cook dinner for my kids. Sounds like your personal problems are interfering with your business. It wasn't my intention to dictate things to you. I just want to give you my perspective because we haven't talked about this topic before. Ultimately, it is your decision. I'm sorry the comment went this direction. Okay, I'll fight. Thanks. Like, what is there to say? I mean, I get what he's saying. He's outright saying he just doesn't want Sam involved at all or to be friends with this guy, but that's it. He's misconstruing it with that. He's saying he doesn't want Sam involved with the event and all this stuff, but really what it comes down to is obviously he's not involved with the event. You just don't want him to be associated with anybody. And guess what? Like, I've been people saying like, oh, well, what's wrong? Why can't he choose to not associate with people who associate with someone he doesn't like? You can do that, but to like fucking he does not only this shit to kick a guy out of a charity event, boxing and all that, and fuck up with this guy's career and fuck his time over and all that shit. He then, attempts to sue him, which Froggy Fresh posted today, Friday, May the 5th. Yeah, Friday, May the 5th, 2023. Froggy posted the pictures of the cease and desist letter with the, and I read the text, I read the letter, threatening legal action against him.
That I didn't want to kick him from the card. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want you working or training with Sam Hyde, but you're doing that, so all right, I'll look past it. I don't want you making content with Sam Hyde, but it seems like that's a real deal breaker for you.
Why do you get to tell anyone what they can or can't post on the internet, you fuck?
So I guess I'll look past it. It came to the point where I was like, can you postpone releasing content with Sam Hyde?
Look, me and Sam don't get along. We put a lot of time and energy in this creator clash thing. I don't want it to be about Sam Hyde. So just don't let it hurt the event. All right. Go train with him. Have fun. But don't let it hurt the event. Don't make it about Sam Hyde. That's what I would have said to you if I was Idubbbz.
Right. And guess what? Like, I didn't even plan on releasing none of the Sam Hyde content until after the event.
If you don't know who Sam Hyde is, whether or not you love him or hate him, you have to recognize him as he's the most talented comedian alive. He's the most talented comedian of our generation. He's going to probably be the greatest comedian of all time. He's he's a genius. I got a chance to go out there and train with him. He welcomed me into his environment.
Because he retweets him and is active on Twitter, liking his stuff, tweeting, whatever, responding, that this is content, this is posting content, you realize he means videos, okay, jackass? If all you do fucking like, what's the last thing you did, Ian? You tweeted a picture of your cut eye from Creator Clash and said, I have an IUC. Is that content, fucker? Is that content, you stupid bitch? It's like he's got fucking, you want to shake him, bro. Like, get it through your mind. You're so out of touch. You're so out of touch. Like, if you took all this situation and made it someone else and you watched that video, you'd be like, oh, this guy fucking sucks. Like, you are so fucking dumb. You're so out of touch, dude. You ever go back and listen to yourself and see? I do that all the time. You ever go back and see what you said and think about who you are as a person? For someone who says they're such a good person now and they're trying to change who they are? Fucking, how about you try a little bit, you dumbass?
He paid people to train me.
I didn't even plan on releasing none of the Sam Hyde content until after the event.
Didn't you tell them that? I thought you told them that.
Ian requested it through text. He requested that I did that. What I didn't like that he requested that, because I don't think that's appropriate. I was like,
he didn't think.
The emojis is very childish. You're a fucking child. First of all, you're a sad little baby, man. Second, Keemstar does make sense. I'm a known Keem supporter. I didn't like him when I was younger. But I think he's a cool guy. I like his content. And Keemstar made sense there, saying that you didn't want this event to be about Sam Hyde, but you dumbass, you made it about Sam Hyde. You, Ian, you made it about Sam Hyde. You couldn't let it die. You couldn't let it ride. You couldn't leave it alone. You doubled or nothing.
It was appropriate. I do not think that is appropriate. Do you think it's appropriate that, 30-something-year-old man is publicly calling my wife a whore and a slut?
I think initially you can just buy the...
Because she is.
Yeah. And this has got a separate Etsy page where she sells her pussy.
Yoko was too concussed to fight in Creator Clash for the second year in a row.
Life is so easy for a certain gender.
All you have to do is say that my uterus hurts. What'd she say this time? Her uterus hurts? Or uterus fell out?
Had another concussion.
Yeah, why hasn't Anissa fought? I thought she was a boxer. Right?
Probably your uterus fell out from getting blown out so much by toys.
Is that appropriate, Froggy? Do you think that's appropriate?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Okay, you don't think it's appropriate that I set boundaries. I don't think it's appropriate that you are hanging out with a guy who...
Look, he's got the picture in the back of the fucking... You see my mouse here? He's got the picture of the emoji in the back there on the screen. This is a very sad man right here. Get over yourself.
Doesn't think women are people. Like, I don't think that's appropriate.
I was like...
If you're the kind of person that is so easily swayed by the words of others, if someone disliking you and even talking shit about you, that's low-level intellect, okay? That's being an idiot. If you, like, know that someone talks shit about you and it makes you want to go search them out and fight them, let's say, you know what I mean? That's being a fucking idiot, okay? I grew up on the streets. I know how it is. I know how motherfuckers be. You talk shit, you get hit. Because you need to learn respect or whatever. Respect is fucking earned. It's not given, okay? But on the internet, when it comes to the internet, you have the freedom to talk shit. I'm not going to lie. And there should be ramifications for that. Don't get me wrong. You know, I can understand Froggy getting ramifications for talking shit. But this is all post getting kicked, by the way. Just remember that. I understand if I was banned from Creator Clash, if I get a following all of a sudden, if people start watching my videos and streams, and I get a following, and Idubbbz goes, well, I've seen the videos you've made about me, the jokes you've made about me and stuff. I've drawn pictures of him and his wife as a joke, little cartoons and stuff. I do sketches about him and shit. If he banned me, I guess I'd understand because he's a little bitch. If I was throwing an event, I don't care. Hey, come over, man. How about we fucking talk about things and squash it? Maybe we could not hate each other anymore. Maybe I could help you change how you feel about things. Maybe you can help me change how I feel about things. We live in a democracy, motherfucker. A democracy. We're supposed to fucking talk things out.
I don't think you should be telling me when I can't release content. Like, this is my career. It's what I do for a living.
But you complied with it, right?
But I was going to anyways. But I didn't like people telling me that. I thought that was out of line.
I don't know why he's saying that he was planning on waiting to post Sam Hyde content. We have the Twitter timeline of him nonstop posting Sam Hyde content. It's fucking weird. I don't know if he thought it was like a loop.
Tweets are not content.
Poll to post on Twitter about Sam Hyde. So
it is. It literally is.
I was gonna wait to post Sam Hyde content. Parentheses YouTube video.
Like, cause like it's not my problem that you have personal beef with the greatest comedian in the world. If I go to Providence,
how am I the simp? How am I the simp? I want to know. Is it because it's a woman? It's because it's a woman, isn't it? It's okay to simp for a big gross dude. It's okay. It's understandable. He's big and he's gross. As soon as you simp for someone who's literally your partner, your life partner, that's too much. That's kind of gay.
If I go
you are kind of gay.
And get an opportunity to work with him,
I think it's objectively gay to ride the pole, buddy, to get pegged. Sorry.
Not everything that people do with Sam Hyde involves Idubbbz, and I think that he misinterprets that.
We're not talking about people. We're talking about what you do with Sam Hyde, because you're in my event. I wish there were many layers of separation so I really could be that disconnected. Unfortunately, I have to be around you. You have to fight at my event. I have to share the same space as you know, in the parties, at the event itself, and I don't want to do that. I have no interest in sharing that space with you.
So for him to tell me, hey, could you wait until after the event to release that? In my mind, I'm thinking, I mean, I could, but it's weird for you to tell me to do that because it's got nothing to do with you.
Another thing that contributed to Froggy getting kicked was that he tweeted at Nathan Barnett, a.k.a.
Now deleted tweet from Froggy directed at Dad, a.k.a. Nathan, sent March 24th, 2023. Dude, I tried hyping you up at Denny's when we ate dinner, and they said they weren't fucking with you, and you were going to lose to AB. They don't even like you. That right there, I fucking believe. I'm surprised he deleted it, because the whole H3, I don't know if you know this, there's whole H3 drama with Starkilla and Dad, and we all know that the H3 crew are fucking assholes. They're just bad people. They're just scummy dudes. They're all gross, weird, scummy guys. And they treated Dad like shit. Not that I'm a fan of Dad or anything. Dad was saying some stupid, off-color, dumbass shit during the whole Froggy Fresh saga as well. But they definitely treat that guy like shit.
Dad, he said, dude, I tried hyping you up at Denny's when we ate dinner, And they said they weren't fucking with you and that you were going to lose to AB. They don't even like you. This is one of those things where it was like, oh, okay, so you basically don't have any good intentions here. You are just like, you don't like us. Like, I'm not here to play with people.
They're the Mean Girls Club. Y'all the Mean Girls Club.
Adults on the card. I'm not
Am I
going
in
to
this
give you a
backwards?
warning. Actually, no, I will give you a warning if I think you have good intentions. The problem is when you tweet shit out like this and you have the text message exchange that Froggy had with me, I don't think you have good intentions. You're like trying to like ruin a relationship between me and one of my friends. Froggy deleted that tweet, and I don't think he deleted it because he felt differently. I think he deleted it because he knew that it could potentially get him kicked from the event and would also make him look like an asshole. But he basically reiterated that same thing in a Twitter space.
When I was at fucking Denny's, I was all like telling them, yo, Dad's a fucking savage. And they're all like, no, Dad doesn't spar with high-level fucking competition. He's going to lose to AB. And I'm thinking, these motherfuckers are...
So who said that? Who said that?
Fucking Ian and Anissa. Like, that's the way these motherfuckers are. And then they got Dad, like, riding for them. They don't even... And if, like, I wouldn't be like this, but if everybody's going to keep calling me out, like, I'm the fucking person that's fucking shit up, like, that Dad's out here riding for them. They're all like, they don't even fucking give a fuck about him.
And in the same Twitter...
Okay, so... Sorry, complete mental fucking brain wipe just now. I'm getting gassed out. All of this stuff, remember, there wasn't a single Twitter space about the event, not the event Career Clash, the event of Froggy Fresh being kicked until after he was kicked. This is all post being kicked, so he's just at this point defamation. He's basically just at this point talking shit about Froggy, trying to make him look bad.
Where Froggy says this, Sam Hyde, Froggy's hero, calls Nathan a rapist like several times.
That Nathan Barnett guy, I guarantee you that guy would rape somebody if he had the opportunity.
Yeah, legally he would rape somebody in Minecraft, by the way.
In Minecraft.
Yes.
If he had the chance to rape a woman, he would.
In Minecraft.
That right there is called humor. It's called making a joke.
In Minecraft.
Not in Minecraft, Keem.
I don't want anything to do with Sam. I don't want anything to do with people that think what Sam is doing is okay. It is...
The kind of humor that Sam Hyde has is very similar to how Ian's humor used to be before he touched a pussy. Because there's two kinds of men. You either start getting pussy, okay, for the first time, and you stay the same. Or, and this is a 50-50 chance, it could happen to anyone. You touch a pussy for the first time, and your balls get sucked up into your body, okay?
It's not okay. Here's part of the Twitter space where Harley is sort of questioning Tyler with why he wouldn't, respond to Anissa. And I think that's a very valid question because you ask any of our fighters and it's like, yeah, Anissa was the one who solves problems. She is more communicative than me, and she...
Yes, Anissa does love to fucking talk. We know that. I'm actually surprised she's letting you speak.
She's better at communicating than I am. I fucking suck at this shit. So Anissa is the one. She is the one to talk to.
How was I even supposed to know Ian and Anissa were mad when I get one call from Justin Tracy, then a text message, I respond to it immediately, say, could you communicate through text or email? I'm training. And then nothing else. I still don't even know if Anissa.
What's the last text you sent to Anissa?
It was probably some group message from
okay, but what was the last text
4
you
months
sent
ago.
to Anissa, just you two?
I don't have one direct text from Anissa.
Anissa's
I have
never
a group
texted
chat
you.
with my wife and Anissa. There's a group chat.
Your
I
wife
do not have any
I'm
direct
so sorry.
contact.
Okay. Did anyone ever text you and your wife? What was the last thing Anissa sent you and your wife to you and your wife's phone? What was the last thing?
Tense moments in the Twitter space as Froggy goes to see.
It's, hey, Tyler, I'm not with Ian. I'm home visiting family. Ian called me not feeling great, and I'm just trying to understand what's happening or how I can help.
What's the date?
Sunday, March 12th.
You don't want to respond to that?
No, because you don't know the context of that. You don't have the context. Harley, let me give you the context.
Burn her Twitter account instead of responding to that very serious and
Harley,
sympathetic text that was nowhere near threatening or aggressive.
Froggy wasn't able...
I was here for all these Twitter Spaces. I was there live, listening. I was dialed in. That was when I was working on my my Idubbbz video. As I listened to those. And Epic Mealtime, Harley, was the only person speaking for Ian and Anissa, which is weird. I don't know why that they weren't speaking. But he was vehemently, and I don't understand why, attacking Froggy nonstop and telling him to shut up and stuff. And obviously you can see there he's steamrolling over him, not letting him speak. And we didn't get the full context there. We just got Ian's snippet that makes him look good.
To give context for why he didn't respond to Anissa's call and text message in the Twitter space. Harley ended up leaving. The conversation went elsewhere. So he uploaded a Twitter video to explain the context for why he didn't respond to Anissa.
Anissa's last text, which was checking on me. Anissa's concern text of hope everything's going okay was a way for her to try to manipulate the situation, to try to do further investigation into my friendship with Sam Hyde. That was not an "Are you okay?" text. That was a Ian is not able to break your shell. Maybe a vague, concerned, manipulative text from me will be able to.
He thinks this text message is manipulation. No, Froggy, we wanted to solve the problem. Let me just say, Anissa is just trying to exist. You know, she doesn't want anything to do with the drama. She doesn't want anything to do with this shit. And I have brought a lot of it into her life. And I take responsibility for that. But unfortunately, a lot of people who think that I've changed or call me a cuck or whatever, they've decided, instead of saying that I've changed and that I'm the decider of my future, it's that Anissa has changed me.
You definitely have changed, and that's obviously your fault. You have changed immensely, and for the worse, my friend. But the thing about Anissa, the reason why people bring Anissa up is that because she just sucks, okay? She's had a presence on the internet for a long time, even before you guys were together, and was known to suck. It was just a random e-thought. She's got terrible opinions and views and values and ideals. And not only that, yes, someone you're married to most definitely has a very big influence on who you are and how you act and how you change over time, you jackass. I know this is your first girlfriend. You may not even realize it, but imagine if she never existed. Imagine if you guys never got together. Do you think you'd be the exact same person you are right now? No, you'd be vastly different. Hell, you might be better for it. It might have been better if you stayed a virgin, because then maybe you would have just fucking shot someone at some point. You know, went to a school with a gun or something, instead of fucking turning into this megalomaniac.
So she has been the target of a lot of hate, and I think it's really shitty. And hearing Tyler talk about her in this way is just a reminder where it's like, Anissa's trying to manipulate you? What the fuck was I doing? Was I trying to manipulate you as well?
You were trying to manipulate him. Go back and read the text. And yes, I'm pretty sure Anissa is the bigger puppet master, as she manipulates you quite clearly.
Like, you should probably come out and say that because it seems really fucking sexist and creepy for you to be saying these things.
You know what I feel? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I really didn't buy none of this at the beginning until I was living in it. I kept always hearing people saying like, Anissa ruined Idubbbz, Anissa ruined Idubbbz, and I was always like, nah, whatever. Like, they can work out their problems, and I was never buying into that bullshit. But I swear to God, when once you live an event, it's like, okay, I think Ian met the wrong person. I honestly think it's just like, I think sometimes you bond with the wrong person, it can take you to make the wrong decisions maybe. When I met my wife, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I met my wife, I got better the more time I spent with her because she was honestly a better person than me. But I feel like, dude, honestly, it seemed like, so when Ian, as soon as he starts messing with Anissa, it's like Ian goes from the person who would be dogging people, who would sue people, to then like his event that he's running is suing people. It's like a complete flip.
By the way, we weren't suing.
Yes, they were suing. I don't want to go to Twitter and have to pull that up right now, but yes, they were attempting to sue him. Second of all, Froggy Fresh is completely right. Have you never heard of a bad influence? Everyone, I think, well, most guys probably have that one friend that you shouldn't hang out with because you're going to party too hard, drink too much, or maybe do some drugs and get fucked up and do something you shouldn't. And especially if you've never been in a toxic relationship, good for you. But I've dated some crazy bitches that made me a fucking monster, that fucking tortured me, okay? It's very possible. So yes, I think you are bonded to the wrong person. I think it's ruined you.
Froggy. We have no interest in going to court over $15,000. We wanted that $15,000 back, but, you know, he wasn't giving it to us. So we have to leave it at that. You know, we're not suing him.
Froggy, if you're let back on, it's not like you're going to make another OnlyFans joke about it either.
I don't understand why Idubbbz is choosing to... Well, he clearly doesn't like Nicholas Diorio or Boblax, because it's Boblax here speaking. Right? I think that's Boblax. Let's go back. I think it's Boblax. But he's putting emojis of them instead of showing pictures of them to disvalue them, to discredit them.
Him.
Froggy, if you're let back on, it's not like you're going to make
Yeah,
another
that's
OnlyFans
Boblax.
joke about it either, right? Like...
No, I mean, like, if they make me sign a contract that I can't, then I won't.
You know, I find it so strange because it's like, you know,
that was a joke. That was a joke. Obviously, I wouldn't do any more OnlyFans.
I don't think Froggy respects sex workers. I think he has some really old, tired opinions about people who do sex work. I think...
I will say, I'm not going to get into a whole thing about sex work, but I will say there is a difference. I think sex work should be categorized, okay? Anissa is not a hooker on the street fending for her life to feed her children. I have respect for real hookers. They're doing what they have to do to survive, and maybe just get that next crack rock sometimes, but at the most part, they're just doing what they have to do. Your wife takes pictures of herself naked in her bedroom, okay? That it's not work, it's not difficult. I'm sorry, it just isn't. I understand there's a lot of difficulties socially that come with that, for sure. You're putting yourself out there. You're going to lose a lot of respect from the majority of the population. I'm sorry, but it's just not that deep. People need to get over the shit.
He has a lot of weird opinions as well about masculinity and shit.
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
A lot of it's not explicitly said, but when you listen to the jokes, it's like, oh, that's actually just your opinion phrased in a comedic way.
There was some type of nerd fight last year, and Chris Raygun and all these people, it's like some big ethot worshiping party at these
Sometimes
things.
your opinions are funny. You can be funny while having an opinion, you dumbass.
Worship ethos or fucking ethot or get...
Well, clearly everything I say can be pretty comical, the way I talk and stuff. It is also my opinion at the same time, though.
Or like touching ethot's titty or pussy. It's always that, and it's just like, what happens is people get all excited about it. And I think Chris Raygun was like, he probably thought he was going to go there and beat some fucking nerd up and he was going to win. Like, I don't know if they're giving, I think they give away like OnlyFans girls there. I don't know what kind of sponsorship's going on. Like, if you win certain fights, I think you get to own some of these girls.
Awesome.
I don't know how it works, but I think Chris was like he had plans to go beat up a nerd and however they get.
So clearly making a joke makes you fucking sexist and hate women. I highly doubt that Froggy hates women. Seems like a nice fucking like homegrown boy from the streets.
To like lease one of these girls. And so like he got there. Well, Ian was probably thinking like, because I think
the event is sponsored by Fansly, the OnlyFans ripoff site, of course. Like he's making jokes about that, you fucking idiot.
I think, man, I need to just stop all this, probably.
No, Froggy, keep going. I think you should keep going. I think the women of the world need to hear your opinions on these things. Talk more about how sex workers are property. That's a funny joke. It was super funny the third time that you referred to women as property. That was the funniest one. Because when you said lease, I was like, yeah, I know what a lease is.
He's making a joke about like a swag bag or free shit you get at an event, or being like you get like, oh, here's some goodies, here's a free hat or something, about saying, oh, they give you a Fansly girl, they give you one of those hoes. You're so unfunny, it hurts. You're just grasping at straws.
Even if you didn't do any of the Sam Hyde stuff, why would we want you at our event? Like, if you're just going to blatantly disrespect sex workers and women and other fighters, saying that they're here to touch ethos, like, it is so disrespectful and shitty. I don't want to share the space with you. I don't want other people to be uncomfortable because
I heard he cries at the end of this video.
You don't get the vibe, all right? The vibe is sex workers and fighting, I guess. And you don't like the sex workers part. I don't think Froggy is doing Sam Hyde's dirty work by, shit-talking Anissa. I think it's just pretty clear that he holds similar opinions to Sam Hyde, and similar opinions to Sam Hyde fans, which is like, you're just going to repeat the shit that your hero is saying.
You have to ditch Yoko Ono.
Drop Yoko Ono, bro. It's got to be over. It's got to be over.
And leave the girl. Ditch the girl.
I think Ian met the wrong person. I honestly think it's just like, I think sometimes you bond with the wrong person, it can take you.
So he's trying to say that Yoko Ono, that like Sam Hyde made that joke first. I'm not saying I'm claiming rights for this joke, but I made a meme during the Twitter space when they were talking about this stuff of Froggy Fresh getting slapped by Idubbbz, their heads over the picture of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and I put Yoko Ono in the frame to be Anissa, which is a connection I made myself. I think Yoko Ono is just a symbol for women who ruin great men, okay? Look what she did to the Beatles. That's why people use her for things like this. It's not the first time Yoko Ono has been likened to a fucking life-sucking whore.
To make the wrong decisions.
She's probably a succubus that's like sucking the life out of him.
Sad to see you didn't make.
Do you see how what I just said lined up with what he just said? That means that I only repeat his talking points. Do you see how just after what I said, he said the exact same sentence? That means that I'm unoriginal and that I only say what Sam Hyde says. And that I can't have my own opinions that also align with other people.
Make the card again. When will Idubbbz break free from that succubus that is holding him back?
Ian's masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
Anissa's concern text of hope everything's going okay was a way for her to try to manipulate the situation.
I think initially you can just buy that.
Yeah.
I'm sending this to Anissa's OnlyFans. It goes directly into charity.
Yeah.
Her anal bead package came out, and it was $100 to look at.
You don't like how Sam Hyde talks shit about your wife. Granted, guaranteed, understood, warranted, fine. But at the same time, you have to realize that he is a content creator just like you used to be. You remember when you used to do things and actually do stuff? Well, he has to make content. So what he does is that his fans also so happen to hate you. So what gets him easy fucking donos and easy fucking laughs is making fun of you and your shit wife.
Pictures of her with anal beads.
I think they give away like OnlyFans girls there. Like you get to own some of these girls. They get to like lease one of these girls. So Ian really embarrassed himself. And so he didn't want Sam at his event because Ian doesn't want people who are bigger and more talented than him upstaging him. That's what it is.
Tyler is like repeating all of these narratives about how I've changed for the worst. The person responsible for my change in a bad way is Anissa. Anissa is a manipulative person. Oh yeah, that I'm like concerned about getting upstaged by Sam or people who are more talented than me, which is insane to me because I've put on this event twice, me as the main fight, and I've lost both times. That's pretty upstaged. As a side note,
it's not about being. You're not worried about being upstaged by losing the fight, which obviously you really want to win the fight. Because you saw how you cried like a little bitch at the end there. No, the thing, dude, is that you obviously just like fucking having like clout on the internet. You really do. You like the attention. You like being popular on the internet. And you want to be seen as cool. That's it. It's clear as day, and you can't pretend like it's false.
Sam Hyde has made it a habit to try to sound like a reasonable person by saying, if Ian and Anissa just asked, I'll stop harassing them.
Yeah, if Ian ever hit me up and was like, hey man, can you leave me alone? I'd stop talking about him. Whatever. I don't care that much. If you ask me to stop, I'll stop.
Which on its face is already an insane thing to say. Of course, no one wants to be harassed.
This right here, unless he shows some receipts right now, unless I like, but I don't think he's gonna make me look dumb here. I think what I'm gonna say goes unchecked. Have you asked him? Or you're just going to complain about it on the internet till he stops. You're not asking him because you do have you have a weird relationship with masculinity and all this. It's because of your father. You're just beating your chest here like a gorilla, hoping that he backs off. You're too scared to message him and say, hey man, would you please stop? Why don't you say something to him? Don't even do it in this video. Message him. Let's see if he even does it.
Back on the card. I won't tweet at Ian or Anissa ever again. I'll shut up.
And the reason why Sam Hyde can keep making promises of how he'll do this, he'll do that, if you do whatever, is because he knows that you won't. So he owns you, bro, because you're doing the exact opposite, which gives him that opportunity to look better.
But forever. How about that?
Saying like, oh, I'll stop doing this, whatever, blah, blah, if you do this, but you won't do it. So he can hold that moral high ground and say, you know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from as well. You're giving him that power. You're giving him that opportunity. You're feeding into him.
I get to bring back someone on the card who doesn't respect me, my wife, other fighters.
Really?
And in return, I have the chance of not being harassed by Sam Hyde? Oh, man. How can I refuse that? Just so we're on the same page in case I have to...
Dude, he was about to cry.
You heard what Sam Hyde said. If he's a respectable guy, he's not going to continue to harass me because he says, by his own admission, he doesn't care that much.
I don't care that much.
This is my request. I would like you to not harass me or my wife or anyone that we're friends with. Also, harassment encompasses all the little loopholes, all right? You can't just then like refer to me as a goblin and be like, I didn't say his name. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about a goblin. That's not acceptable. Another thing I want to make clear is that the decision to kick Froggy from the card isn't just for like me and Anissa's comfort. There are a lot of people who don't want anything to do with Sam Hyde who are fighting on our card. There are a lot of people who are our fans who want nothing to do with Sam Hyde. So we're trying to protect them. We're trying to protect the environment that we're in, and we want it to be comfortable for everyone. I truly believe if we had Froggy participate through the rest of the event, it would have made the event worse, like noticeably worse, because we are all trying to work together to make the show as good as possible. And I think if Froggy doesn't fuck with what we got going on, he was gonna make it difficult. One way or another, it was gonna be difficult. In closing, I wanna say that Creator Clash is probably the single best thing that I've ever done in my life. It has, brought so much joy to me and Anissa. It has brought the most awesome people that I've ever met. It's brought them into my life, and I'm super grateful, and I want to keep doing it, and this event means so much to me, and I'm going to protect it. And I'm going to protect the fighters and the people involved in the event. And, I'm not, when it comes to people wanting to fuck around and mess with the vibes, I'm not going to tolerate it. You're going to get kicked from the card if you're being a piece of shit, and if you're not communicating and if you're not cooperating. And I want nothing to do with Sam Hyde as well. So fuck that guy, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
I paid money, I'm on the floor seats, and I see like some shenanigans going down. I take a photo of it, it's just people holding up a sign. It said Froggy did nothing wrong. Like
seemingly innocuous.
Yeah, right. I go to this like after event, and Anissa comes up to me. She comes up and says, that tweet was really not cool, and I just apologized. I felt kind of like a bitch. I was like, why the fuck did I apologize?
Masculinity had been completely removed via Anissa.
Okay, so this is another point I've been see people talking about on the internet. I like Brendan Buckingham. I like Rusty Cage. He puts this video at the end here, kind of like a gotcha. I think what it's supposed to be is that I think he's putting that like he's saying, "Hey, I see you, Rusty Cage, and I see you, Brendan Buckingham." I feel like it's more at Rusty Cage though. But, both of them are like, why did he put that at the end? What's that mean? I think it's because Idubbbz is watching you two. I think that he's trying to say, hey, guys, I see you. I know you exist. You hurt my feelings, and I'm going to make a video about you. He's probably going to try and make a video about them, but he's over now. It's done. Doesn't matter. He's going nowhere. In my closing, what I'd like to say is, you can see that at the end he's about to cry or whatever, and he gave a really half-assed request to Sam Hyde to stop talking about him, which, Sam Hyde says he would, respect. But why don't you just message him or tweet him at least? Message him personally and just say, hey, dude, I'd appreciate if you'd stop doing this like you said. But, you did it in a public video, which I guess whatever. But that's the way you operate. Like, you're so much better than everyone else. Like, you're not a normal fucking person. You have celebrity syndrome. Pretty sure you live in California still. I know you're from California. The Cali air, dude, if you live on the West Coast, it fucking rots your brain. I fucking hate living on the West Coast. It's awful. I'm not from here. I'm from the East Coast, where people are fucking human beings with blood in their veins. In closing, though, everything he shows about Froggy is post, other than the text, is post getting kicked off the card. This is just a hit piece to make him look bad. Idubbbz has the right. He's warranted. He's allowed to feel upset about people talking shit about his wife. He's allowed to not want to associate with people. And he had the right to remove Froggy from the card because he owns the event. It's just a shitty thing to do. Idubbbz just sucks. He really does. There's no way around it. It's just going to get worse. You know, he is who he is. He's unsavable. It's like waiting for. It's like when a new video game comes out and it's got bugs when it first releases. You gotta wait a year for it to be good. Like I had never gone back to what's that game? Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was awful at launch. I had like a game-breaking bug where like there's shit on my screen. So I've like, okay, I'll just come back later. It's been 2 years now or something. I'll eventually replay it. But it's like that. Like maybe one day we can come back and maybe he'll become a well-rounded person and not suck as much. But Ian is lost right now. There's nothing you can do. I hope he continues to do the Creator Clash. I think it's great. I think he should keep doing it. I don't know if he should be fighting in it. He's going to die. He sucks at fighting. He should give up before he's got more brain damage. I feel bad for Froggy. I hope to see some kind of retaliation from Sam Hyde. Not retaliation, but some kind of recognition. I want to see what he has to say about this video. If he has said anything, I'm not sure. I'm riding for Brandon. I'm a new Brandon Buckingham fan. I just discovered him recently. He's really. I watched his boxing videos about him boxing and learning to box and stuff like that. He seems like a really interesting guy. Rusty Cage. I wish all is well with him. And I'm pretty sure. I feel like Idubbbz. Well, he said he was teasing a new content comp, and I don't know if he just meant this video. He probably just meant this video. But if he's making content. If he's going to do something, he's going to do more drama, more hit pieces. I think he's coming for Rusty Cage or Brandon Buckingham, which will be really funny. And if he does make a video about those two guys, either of them, it's clearly about this situation, and it will make him look even worse. And I think it will really keep tanking his public image. My name is Stevie B, if you're new here. Remember to hang out with me on Fridays and Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. On Fridays, we do streams like this. On Sundays, we play video games and do Let's Plays. Everything is recorded and thrown up on YouTube at a later date whenever I get around to it. If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you sticking around and listen to the end. Listen to an opinion that's different than your own. If you hated this video, you're probably a fan of Idubbbz. Your mother doesn't love you. You probably enjoy playing Tetris. You can go get bent.
The show is over, but you're still here hanging around. Why don't you hit subscribe?